Across Uganda, cities and towns are grappling with a mounting waste management crisis. The recent disaster at the Kiteezi landfill in Kampala has cast a harsh light on the challenges other urban areas face in handling their garbage. The issue of garbage collection is widespread, with many cities and towns lacking adequate resources to manage their growing waste.
In a day, Mbale City generates about 500 tons of garbage, and on daily basis, we have been able to collect about 350 tons, which means there's a cumulative effect of around 150 tons in our communities. This is the garbage you find littering on our roads, in the rivers.
The amount of garbage generated in the city generally is estimated to be at around 200 tons per day. But what we collect is only around 40%, that is 50 tons per day. That's what we collect and take to the disposal site.
In Mbale City, the Kumi Road Market's garbage heap has been neglected for over 12 years, forcing vendors to climb the pile just to dispose of their waste.
2012, that's the time we entered here. That's the year. Up to now, we have never seen anything coming to collect this garbage here. We are worried over that power, and we are worried of the same things, according to what we saw in Kampala.
Beyond collection, Uganda's waste management infrastructure is severely strained. Landfills and dumping sites are either full or will reach capacity in the next few years.
The capacity is definitely challenging. It's not something that I want to say that we have enough. Our landfill, you have visited, you've seen. I think it can support us in the next few years to come. But our plan is to get a much bigger place than what we have as of now. But also, the place we are talking about is too much within the city center, more or less.
The situation in Kampala is also precarious. Residents near the Chirengere garbage collection center fear that the landfill, located on a hill, could collapse, leading to a disaster similar to Kiteezi.
Ni bingi munonga bikanyira no nakasozi ko natikije kandi no kutenguka bikaba byatengukira
hati nitureba akasasire tuhikire habire hatenguka kandi enjura eri kuza kwija nyingi nahaza kusha hatenguko gundi murundi.
Though there have been efforts to manage the waste, the threat remains significant.
We planted a belt of trees all around our land to make sure that we exclude the community from the waste composting site. So in an unfortunate incident, in an unfortunate case that maybe there is a collapse of the piles, we think our robust green belt, the trees we have planted, will absorb the shock and prevent the waste from spilling outside the boundaries of our waste composting site.
A common issue across these cities is the lack of resources.
We need skips, we need the lorries. We also want to see that bulldozers, we don't have bulldozers and they are very expensive. We find that when the garbage is filled up, they're supposed to be pushed using a bulldozer. And I'm sorry to mention, Arua City does not have. And when you hire it expensively. The fuel aspect is there.
Addressing these concerns requires immediate action. Cities must expand landfill capacities, improve waste segregation, and adopt new technologies for recycling and composting.
The 90% is organic waste, and this organic waste, through various technologies, can be converted into animal feeds and also fertilizer, which can further boost the produce of our farmers.
Only 15% of the garbage is inorganic, which even up to 90% are plastics. It will go to Coca-Cola, to Pepsi, will be remaining with almost 5% of things which have no better use.
Equally important is a mindset change among residents. Effective waste management is a collective responsibility.
Actually, Uganda is a country, and Ugandans is the citizen of this country. Unless we change our mind in taking responsibility of the garbages we generate from our home states, streets and everywhere, we are not going to go far in garbage management.
With a concerted effort by all stakeholders, the business community, the boarders, the taxi, the bus drivers, and all who live and work in Mbale City, if you can take responsibility in the management of garbage, then we shall be able to make sure all this garbage is collected from our communities and taken the definitive management site.
As Uganda's urban areas continue to grow, the waste crisis will only intensify unless decisive steps are taken. The tragic events at Kiteezi should serve as a wake-up call for cities and towns across the country to prioritize sustainable waste management before another disaster strikes.